You're watching CNN Money Switzerland, where this summer we're focusing on megatrends and how they've been impacted by coronavirus. But more importantly than that, how we can use or leverage the coronavirus experience for a more positive future. Today we're talking about digitalization, and my guest is CEO of Annanow, Patrick Keller. Welcome along. Your company basically fulfills the logistic gaps for other companies. Does that sum it up for you?
Yes, like we say we are orchestrating the retail business because we are a no asset company, but we are orchestrating the fulfillment of the retailers out there when it comes to payment, insurance, or the delivery when you're at home, stuck at home and need something to be delivered. But as well, with our ecosystem, you can pay it and have it insured as well in the same time.
All right, but I've heard a lot of comparisons with Uber, and I know that you're not 100% comfortable with that comparison. Is that fair to say?
Because they have, rightfully so, a bad touch. When you say Uber, it's like everyone is like, well, no, please not, because of the social aspect. So we say when it comes down to technology, yes, we have apps. We have where we push the deliveries from the retailers. We push to the apps. The crowd can accept, the fastest one accepts the delivery, delivers it, but then the difference starts. Our crowd is socially conform, and that's a huge difference. Because we calculate what's the AHV, the social security, the insurance, because in the beginning we thought about it and we said it's weird if the courier or the crowd guy falls or gets run over or falls down with the package. The package is destroyed and insured because everything is insured with us. And then we go ahead and say, well, the courier not, self-employed, good luck.
Is that not more expensive for you then?
It is, yeah, because we have to calculate it, but it's fair. You know, it's not, we cannot go, our pockets are not that deep that we can say, hey, this guy is self-employed, good luck and have fun. We went ahead, it cannot be. It has to be socially conform and it has to work. So we found the solution how it works.
And the gig economy in general, I mean, has come under the spotlight because of coronavirus. I mean, it's the gig economy that kind of rose up to fulfill the deliveries to the medications, the food, everything that we needed during the coronavirus lockdown. And the kind of failures in the system with the gig economy were highlighted through that. Do you feel that it may change in the future with legislation?
It is and was a boost. Like the gig economy got more into perspectives of people. It got more into the minds than before. Sure, it needs change of legislation, so it's accepted more. And then the so-called black sheeps are basically disappearing or should not be there. Because it's dangerous that when you do things when you just use the crowd, when you use them like in a bad way. So that's why you have to be careful what you do out there. With the gig economy, it's easy to use the system.
You think you're trailblazing then? I mean, do you hope others would follow your
Basically,
lead?
yes. Yeah, because it works. It has to work. Because you have to understand that the people who are working in the gig economy usually are not the super rich people from the Paradeplatz. They need the money, and they need also be safe at the end of their work life. And a lot of when we realized, or what we saw, what happened during the crisis, whoever was not insured, they were shut down. I mean, the people transportation business was basically, I mean, there was no hotel, there was no flight, no nothing, so nobody took a taxi or an Uber. And then these people had a real issue because they faced, we don't have any reserves, we don't have any capacities, there is nothing left at the end of the day. I don't have a job, I have nothing. And that's when we realized as well, like, yeah, see, it doesn't work. At the end, it takes advantage of the poor people, or the poor, I mean, not the privileged people. Yeah.
What did you notice then about the logistics industry, about your specific industry when the coronavirus hit?
It went through the wall, through the roof. I mean, that's what you heard. Everyone was stuck at home. Everyone needed things at home. So what changed is like online orders just went through the roof, really. I mean, everyone realized it's easy. It's easy to order, and it works to a certain extent. And at one point, the system was too much. Because everyone was at home, everyone was stuck at home, everyone tried to order and get stuff delivered at home. So there were companies out there who they said, we cannot fulfill anymore. It's too much.
And these are big companies as well.
Large companies, the largest. I mean, bigger than us. And the advantage we had is like that our ecosystem, we can just hook on other courier companies like a taxi company or a bicycle company or other companies who can deliver things from A to B. And we are not stuck to one or to the employees actually in the company. We can just spread.
So Annanow is based here in Switzerland, or its headquarters here in Switzerland, but you're also functioning in Germany and Austria currently.
Yeah, that's the main focus right now in the beginning as being a startup. Okay, let's keep it in the region now. We are sure in Switzerland, based in Switzerland, but we have Vienna, Salzburg, Berlin, Munich, and
so my question is, how do we compare then? Because, when coronavirus hit and you saw huge gaps in online ordering,
that's where
then how do we compare?
Yeah.
Are we so very far behind that we're not up to speed on this?
No, when you compare the markets or when you compare the people, when it comes down to technology or the availability of technology, Switzerland is ahead. Because coverage of mobile phones or coverage of when it comes to the antenna out there, we are in a comfortable situation here in Switzerland. It's different when it comes, for example, to Germany. They're not that, sometimes some regions simply don't have coverage or their mobile phone plans do not cover everything or they have a limit to something. It's almost not believable, but it still exists out there.
So don't you think it's weird then that, we have this kind of access and this coverage, but yet we don't use it?
This is, now people realized how easy it is to use it. Before it was just in people's mind. Yes, online order, but I still love to go to the store. I still do it because I want to have the feeling of being there. But now the realization is here. I do not have to go for a shampoo or the makeup that I keep ordering. I buy the same thing, like shampoo. Shoes I can just reorder. Not necessary, and that's what people realize. It's easy, so it will stay. The online order, the peak, there is a peak, yes, but it will grow, I think, by the end of this year, still about by 30% higher than last year.
So you think that coronavirus highlighted the disconnect, but now...
Yes.
But now that's going to stay with us.
Yeah. That's what's real. I don't know how many things you ordered at home, but you learn as well that it's easy and that you don't have to go to a store or to be in a queue even. Now you can go to a store, but you should have distance or, and it's just it's bothering, it's hassle.
But there is the international, the import taxes that we also have here in Switzerland, which can deter people.
Could be, but that's not too big of an issue in my opinion, I think. Yes, the import taxes, but a lot of things right now have been ordered online and a lot of things are available in Switzerland already. So a lot of things are being shipped from Switzerland as well, and not only international.
Okay, so where to now then? If you've benefited from a boom in online ordering, insurances, transportation, how will it develop as we go forward?
We expect about having it this year about 30% higher than last year when you compare the online orders, when you compare it to last year, which equals about 3 billion Swiss francs in online orders only in Switzerland.
But what are the future trends that you'll see then within e-commerce, for example?
Still, online orders is the trend. It will stay. It will. The brick and mortar stores have to adapt. They have to. Whoever is celebrating, I'm online now is a little late. So it's. There are still large companies out there celebrating. Hey, we have our first online store. We think that's too late. Because your competition is not the guy next door. It's the big one. It's the onliner, the pure onliner. Your brick and mortar is fine because you're where the customer is. You're around your product. You and your product is with the customer. So that's an advantage to the pure onliner out there. But you have to use the advantage that you are there.
What about social media, sales, WhatsApp Pay? Libra even. I mean, how is this all going to impact the online community?
WhatsApp Pay is going to be interesting. I mean, now it's just starting in Brazil. I mean, they just announced it as a beta version in Brazil, but it will come. I mean, you can compare it to WeChat. Everything is being done in an app, in the same app. And social media selling is coming, I mean, because it's the younger generation that will automatically follow. They do everything with the apps, through mobile phones. They are mobile, they're mobile. I mean, you're shopping online. When I say shopping online, most probably it's not you're going to a computer somewhere at a station, you use your phone, go online when you're on your way home and you click, 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 done, bought. And then hopefully it's delivered. So this will stay. You mentioned Libra. I'm not sure yet if it's this one. It's sure a concept that will come. I mean, when you're going into the cryptos or the smart contracts, it's still young. It will stay. That's what I say. I mean, cryptocurrencies, if you call it cryptocurrencies or smart contracts, is here to stay. It will not go away. That's my opinion. You have to accept that it's still a young industry. I mean, the paper came out about 10 years ago. In people's mind, it's about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's still young, but it will stay. I mean, when you compare it to the internet, the exchange of information, crypto is exchange of assets, and that's what's going to stay. It's going to revolutionize.
And my last question is, how are you placed when it comes to sustainability? I mean, how important is that to your business, and how do you think, how much are people impacted in their shopping experiences by sustainability?
Has to be, because people realized as well, it has to be sustainable what I'm doing, because you can see out there the world is not getting greener right now, it's getting grayer, and the younger generation are starting to realize that it has to be sustainable what you're doing. So and then
using taxis for deliveries, not
coming back to our company is the advantage that we are not like shipping everything through the entire Switzerland from fulfillment center to fulfillment center to wherever. We are localizing the products where they are and where you are. So that's one thing. We are shipping right next door where if the product you order is availability over here, going to pick it up and deliver it to you. But the bigger advantage is that we don't need the packaging. Because if there is a shoebox out there, when you order it by post, for example, the shoebox gets boxed in a box with filling material. We will just pick up, a courier of ours will pick up the shoebox, the original shoebox, and bring it to you. So basically that's one cardboard box less out there. And that's what you can calculate into the being sustainable. So it's a sustainable delivery at the end. So we are not using all these cardboard boxes full filling material and things.
Okay.
And this is going to be the advantage we have.
All right, Patrick Keller, thank you very much indeed for joining us. And don't forget that you can catch up with all our content online at cnnmoney.ch and follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook and Twitter. Bye-bye.